All right, good morning, folks. Getting started here, and looks like I've got a pretty good delay on the video today. Let me hang on a second. Ramp that up. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So, want to say good morning to Rune. Thank you for getting the lights. Dana, Ronald, thank you all for coming in. Who else do we have? Alan Corson, good morning. Legless Lockpicker, good morning. And look forward to watching your video today. I will do that as soon as we're done on the live today. Let's see here. Night Owl, good morning. Glad you don't have to work today. That's awesome to not have to work on Saturdays. Let's see. Secure Tech, good morning. Brian Field, good morning. Nate Godden. Who else do we have here? Dave Adion, sound and video is good. Video is good. Stream is good. Alpha Centauri, guten Tag. Glad you're here. Got a little story you might find interesting. So, anyway, glad to be back here in the shop. Houston was a blast. Glad y'all got to watch my video that I made at the trade show. That worked out pretty well, actually, and I think that's going to be a good format for in the future. I know there are going to be other trade shows going on that I'll be going to, so yeah, that should be fun. I think y'all enjoyed it based on the comments and everything. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, I enjoyed doing it, and so I think I'm going to do that again. Got a few goodies. Not quite as much as what I've gotten at other trade shows, but still it's pretty good. Anyway, some of those goodies will be making their way out and about. I've got actually just sent out 2 packages. One to Anthony Sherrill, who he texted me yesterday and said that he was going to have to burn some of his vacation time from the live today because he's got a work thing going on. But he might stop in for just a minute. And anyway, so I've got a package going to him that also contains stuff going to Gumby. Had a package go to Jeff Moss because that package going to Jeff Moss has been a year in the making, at least a year. So anyway, I'm getting caught up slowly but surely, and I'm setting stuff aside. I've got a few cylinders over here that are going to go in the giveaway. Schlage cylinder out of I think it was a Yale. Out of a Yale lever, and a mailbox lock, and just a trashy cheap storefront door cylinder, but those will all go out. I will be picking probably this coming week. I will pick somebody to send a package to. I said a while back that I wasn't going to do any giveaways or drawings or contests or anything like that. I'm just going to pick somebody sort of at random. Somebody who shows up here in the chat, they're going to be getting some stuff. Dana, we were talking in the chat earlier. I know Caesar hasn't gotten your stuff to you. I'm going to touch base with him this week and see what the status of that is. If he's not able to get something out, I'll get stuff from him and I will send it to you personally. Same for Pocket Women. I know she's not here right now, but if I can do that, I will. Let's see, who else do we have here? Robert Patton, good morning. Thank you for joining. So yeah, we do have a little bit of a project today. Y'all remember I've shown these before, and we were taking it apart, but got down to the point where we needed to remove some more stuff from inside, and in order to do that, I had to remove the lever, which means I had to pick the cylinder because I didn't have the key for it, and I couldn't get the cylinder picked. So this one I replaced Monday. It's really not the way I wanted to start Monday morning after having just gotten back from the trip Sunday, but it worked. Replaced it with a CO100, which is the Schlage standalone keypad lock. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Kaba and the Schlage and what I like about each of them. A little bit. So anyhow, about Houston, you guys saw probably, I forget how many clips I showed in my video. I want to say it was like, what, 6 or 7? 6 maybe at the most. Somewhere around there. But that was probably about a quarter of what all was there. There were a few other things that, few other booths I wanted to get to get video clips from, but it just didn't work out because they were popular booths. They had a lot of people coming up there, and as far as videoing, it would just kind of be a pain to do it, honestly. So and Jason and I were the first ones in the door, just about, and so anyhow, should have grabbed video first thing, but I didn't, so that was my bad. Yes, did get a good new pinning mat. They keep getting bigger because I got this one at the show in Columbia, the small one, and then I got this one at the Hickory show for the North Carolina Locksmith Association. And then this came from Banner. So one of these maybe will be going in my work truck because I kind of needed one the other day. I had to take apart a Medico lock to clean and lubricate it because it was sticking, and really wish that I had a pinning mat. This one's going to stay in the shop. But it's a nice big one. It's actually just the right size. It's not huge like some of them you get, but it's a nice size to have. So the trade show, like I said, there was a lot of people there, a lot of stuff there, and it was really fun to go. The class was awesome. It was a 2-day class taught by Ken Fu, who is really, really great at opening safes, and he showed us a lot of stuff. I took like 10 pages of notes at least, and the only reason why there wasn't more is because a lot of it was hands-on. So I got a lot of information. He gave us a download with a bunch of information on different safes, specific information that's kind of sensitive, such as defeats and drill points and stuff such as that. So not really anything I can share. But it was a great class. We took had some S&G combo locks, and each of us had one, and we took the entire thing apart, stripped it down all the way, and then cleaned it, put it all back together, changed the combination on, or decoded the combination that was in there, changed it, and had it all working. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Let's see here. Let's look. Glad I made it back safely. Cool clips of the show. Thanks. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, morning, G Key Man. Pinning mats do keep getting bigger. Oh, that's cool. Night Owl having one designed for safe and lever locks. That's really nice. That's cool. But what was I saying? Completely forgot. Yeah, my train of thought just derailed. Anyway, and I'm reading the comments too. Yeah, bigger pinning mat is nice. I don't want anything huge, but like I talked about when I built Splinter, I'd like to get a couple doormats like I have over on the other bench, Woodrow, with the black rubber backing to it. Those are really, really nice. And it's really nice to have something on there. Of course, all the little, all these little nubs and stuff on here help keep parts from bouncing around and getting lost and everything. So that is really nice. But yeah, this one came back with me. The trip itself was pretty awesome. It's been, well, the last time I flew was pre 9/11, and so I hadn't had the pleasure of going through today's security checkpoints, which are pretty thorough. Departing from Charlotte, it didn't take long at all. Of course, it was a Wednesday morning, and it was actually kind of bad weather outside. And I'm like, And the takeoff was actually really kind of bumpy. But I love flying. I hate heights, but I love flying, if that makes any sense. So anyway, the flight out there was great. And then the flight coming back was pretty good too. Clear weather. If you're on Twitter, you may have seen my post where right as we were flying over Jackson, Mississippi, I tagged Jason Meeks in that, and he direct messaged me, and it turns out he was actually outside at the very time when my plane was going over, and he heard the plane, and so that was cool. And I used the flight tracker to show exactly where I was, and he kind of circled on there, sent it back to me, and said, "Yep, this is exactly where I was," and I heard you going overhead. So that was awesome. Got a few goodies. I know Rune told me to try to get some Asa Abloy stuff, or some Asa stuff. The one booth, I was going to get a video clip of the Asa booth where they had, all the Asa Twin 6000s, all their hardware and stuff here. And they had a decent selection, but the people working the booth, how do I say it nicely? They didn't seem like they were receptive. I think they may have been last-minute fill-ins for that booth. So it really... I don't think I would have really been able to get a good clip of what was there. I did get a tape measure. Kind of cool. And yes, it has metric and freedom units on here. So tape measure, pens, of course D-Tex. Gotta have a D-Tex pen. That's pretty cool. Another banner pen. Didn't write quite as well. Banner should take note. IDN does actual gel pens, and this is like my favorite pen out here in the shop right now. Of course, they got little flashlights and stuff. Got a bunch of these, so somebody's going to be getting one of these in a box, or a couple people might be getting them. Code Locks actually has one of these really cool USB thumb drive business cards. And of course, you got to have notepads, so got plenty of that. Who else do we have? No, Jay, I'm not singing into my wooden spoon microphone today. That was just the other night. I had a spurt of energy the other night, and because we got back this past Sunday, and normally Sunday's like my cleaning day around the house, and my stomach had gotten torn up actually. Kind of funny, kind of gross story, but I had a rough day Sunday coming back. Might have had to do with some of the food, or at least one of the beverages that I had Saturday. Pretty sure it was the beverage that I had Saturday. And anyway, so Sunday was a long day, and I went to bed literally at 5:30 Sunday. So didn't get much cleaning. The other night I got home, and it was actually, when was that? Thursday? And I'd actually gotten home early Thursday because I had a job in Hickory, which from the shop it's about an hour drive, but from my house it's only about 25 minutes. And so instead of driving all the way back to the shop to get my car and then coming all the way back home, I just drove the truck home and got home at like 5:15, which normally I'm home by 6:30. So I had an extra hour to do stuff. Anyway, got excited, started cleaning and cooking and lip syncing to Robbie Williams. All right, Dave Addion, have a great weekend. Thank you for stopping by. Jay, maybe some wine. Litter Picker, good morning. James Randolph, good morning. Want a pinning mat with walls on 3 sides and a window on top to keep parts. But you know what? That's just going to funnel it straight back out towards you. And if, whether you're in a shop or in the back of the truck, that's just going to be a funnel effect. And so everything that's spring powered is going to just fly out past you and either land in your shirt or your shoes, and you'll go crazy looking for it for 30 minutes. Grab a replacement, put it in there, make it work, and then when you get home that night, you're going to find that spring inside your shoe. Marie and I were talking just yesterday, actually, about finding pins and springs and parts in your clothes when you get home. Jay, close, maybe. But yeah, it was a great show. My boss, he actually. He really liked his class that he took on, I think it was Thursday. He took like 3 classes, 3 4-hour classes. The last one on Friday, they had a substitute instructor. It was supposed to be like diagnosing vehicle faults and fault codes. And they had a substitute instructor who was not enthusiastic about the class, and so Jason kind of skipped out on that after the first break. But he enjoyed his classes. Again, I loved my class, and I want to take more classes from Ken. He's a great instructor. If you're looking at getting into safe work and as a locksmith, I would highly recommend any classes that he teaches. Firefighter 1241, good morning. Yeah, y'all getting snow. We had, that was another thing about traveling. Saturday night in Houston, it was 80 degrees at 10:30 at night. and still just almost just as warm Sunday morning when we left. And of course, I was running behind, and because we had to be on our way to the airport at 4:30, which the last night we got a hotel that's right there at the airport. So, because the hotel that we were at before for the conference, where the everything was, it was like 25 minutes away from the airport, so we would have had to leave at 4 to get to the airport on time, which it just would not have worked. But anyhow, yeah, it was still pretty fun. But then Sunday we leave there and it's 80 degrees. Get here to North Carolina and it's 37 degrees. And of course I dressed in shorts and a t-shirt when we left. So I kind of froze my ass off till I got home. And anyway, so yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. Alpha Centauri, I have to say that we had an adventure Saturday afternoon. After the show, we went to a small town right there on the outskirts of Houston, and they were having a German festival. Apparently there's a large concentration, large German population there in that area, and it was pretty cool. I should have got some video of it, but lots of beer, lots of big beer steins, rides for the kids, vendor booths, arts and crafts, Wiener Schnitzels, and Lederhosen everywhere. But it was still really cool to see. Still really, really fun to go to. It was hot as blue blazes, but it was still pretty fun. Let's see. Dana staying on everybody about the like button. Appreciate that, Dana. Woke up to white crap. Kurt O, good morning. Yeah, Dana, keep all the white crap up there, please. We are ready for spring here. Leaves are starting to come out on trees. It was actually kind of cold this morning. It's been mild all week. But then this morning it dropped down to like 38. But it still wasn't that cold long enough for it to get cold out here in the shop. I did turn the heat on yesterday evening just to make sure I wasn't freezing out here. So, anyway, let's get the camera shifted around. We'll tear this thing up, see if we can break it, and see what's going on inside. I don't know of anybody else who's torn one of these down so completely and thoroughly, but that's what we are going to try and do today. If I can get camera positioned where I want it. And there we go. Let's see here. Ugh. Thirsty this morning. Alright, so this is the Kaba Eplex. Again, we've looked at these. We looked at this one, and it's got that funky Kaba keyway cylinder in there, which was just a complete bear to pick, and obviously I couldn't pick it because this is all still together. But I think we tore it down just to this, but with the lever on. I think we might have taken the back off of it, but couldn't get any farther anyway. So let's go ahead and start pulling some screws out of here. Not worried about this thing going back together. As you can see, I've got a couple others, and these would be just way too heavy to try to ship. to anybody, so we'll probably just wind this up in the recycling. All right. Yeah, I think we got down to that part. Maybe. But you can see basically that's your hub, and in order to engage it, this has to come down and actually lock in. Those things go up, and that will actually lock into the lever on the outside, so it transfers the motion to your spindle, and you can get the lock open that way, or retract the latch that way, I should say. So it sits in there like that, and that would push down, and the motion of turning the lever on the outside would allow you to open the door. Let's see. What are we looking at? 34 there. A Lorry 90. Okay. Save the E-Plex parts. Getting harder to source. Yeah. I mean, if you need some, Jay, I've got them. Because like you saw, I've got a whole nother one. And I think I've got even another one in one of these other boxes. And I've got a DL 2700, I think. Either 27 or 2800 alarm lock that's in there. This one was retired, this lock was, because it wasn't being reliable even after multiple battery changes, clean and lube. The key cylinder wouldn't even retract the latch that often, and putting in your code, it was just getting worn out. And that's one thing I don't like about these is the lifespan on them. I mean, it's good, heavy duty. Housing is thick. It's literally is heavy. The buttons are metal. Programming them can be a pain, but so can the alarm lock. CO100 is pretty easy to program. Yeah, I mean, if you need parts, let me know, because we normally replace these. If we can, if the customer wants to, we'll replace them with a CO100. So there's our electronics box. We'll tear this up in a second. Here you can see that's the hot wire coming in. That's where the screw coming in from the door, from the inside of the door, is what they brand as the electro bolt comes in and supplies power to it. So let's see. Hey Jason, good morning. Yeah, larking. As Paul Cranky Lock says, if in doubt, throw it out. Yep. E-Plex 2000 tends to survive longer than the 5000, but programming is much worse than the Trilogy. Yeah. With the Trilogies, I've actually gotten kind of halfway decent at programming them. I mean, I've got my cheat sheet, which makes it easy, but it's not that bad. I had one a couple months ago where I had a Trilogy a couple months ago where I had to program, God, what was it? Like 50 some odd codes. I think I talked about it on a live. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. These, I think oops, sorry. Knocked the camera around. There we go. That's a little bit better view. But I mean, the CO100 is so easy to program. It's easier than the Trilogy, honestly, and it's just the CO100. I think. I mean, I can't really speak personally to the lifetime of it, but the only complaint that we've had of the CO100s and 200s is the keypad on the outside. One day I'll see if I can borrow a CO100 and bring it in here, just to show you guys what I'm talking about. If you've not, if you've never seen one, but yeah, the E-Plex, like Night Owl saying, the worst part is recovery because no one ever remembers the master code, and that's very true. And I mean, we have a couple different master codes that we use, so, and we put that in our system files for the customers. That way, 3 years from now, if we've got somebody new and they go out to reprogram or change the code on the CO100 I just installed Monday, they can look in the notes for that customer file and see the master code that I used and reprogram it easily. And yes, Night Owl, the door prep for these is annoying. And what's even more annoying is having to retrofit that door prep for a different lock. The CO100, if you're doing a cylindrical, you've got 3 additional holes to drill. If you're doing the mortise body, then you have 5 holes to drill. There's 2 more for the mortise body than there is the cylindrical. But it's still, I mean, I don't know. So anyway, here you can see the rest of your hub. That is held on with the spring there. Let's see if we can get that out of the way. The grease in this one seems to still be good. I really don't want to tear up the spring too bad, so I'll work on that in a minute. But you can see down in here the basically the hub with the spring cage in there, and that's going to give you pressure on your lever to return your lever to the correct upright position. Let's see. Just like they throw the control keys away as soon as they take possession. Yeah. We actually will, like, anytime we put in something like that, we also record the biddings in our files. So that way, if they do lose the keys for, the lock, then we can make new ones, and it makes life easier on us in the future. Yesterday I was asked why someone should buy an expensive safe, so I found a Danish YouTube video showing a cheap safe being bumped open with a potato. Well, that's one way to do it. I did not learn the potato technique in class, but I can imagine that. Yeah, have to reprogram. Was that the 2 E-Plex? Were they E-Plex, Jason? Or, oh no, CO 200. Gotcha. Yeah, the CO 200. As long as you've got the programming code, programming user codes is easy. And I mean, it's like you said, they've each got their own quirks. This right here, which the prep for these can kind of be. I don't mind these if the prep's already there. Installing one fresh, I really don't like. The CO locks, we actually have the Pro Lock jigs for. Yeah, I mean, programming these, you do AL, or you do your master code, AL, star, whatever the menu option is, AL, da-da-da-da. I mean, it's tedious to get through, but once you've done a couple of them and you got your directions right there, it's easy enough to program. Same with the CO locks. I mean, you just pull the directions out and then write out your number sentence. Like just write out exactly what you're going to be pushing on the keypad. And that way you've got it laid out. You don't have to worry about timeouts or stopping to read directions or whatever. That's two different ports right there. I wonder what those do, because there was nothing connected to that, but it was connected to this. I wonder if that's like a way to set. I don't know. I won't speculate. See. Whatever the Mortis Lock version is. Actually, you can get both the CO100 and CO200 in either cylindrical or Mortis Lock. The difference between the CO100 and CO200 is the CO200 actually has an internal clock, so you can set timers on it, like you can the trilogies. And you can run the CO200. Let's see, CO100, I think you can do like 30 or 50 individual user codes, and the CO200 you can do, or no, the CO100 you can do 100 user codes. The CO200 you can do, I think it's like 1,000 user codes. Is quite a bit more, and you can do timed passage modes on those. But yeah, it's they're pretty cool locks. Let's see here. LockPicking Energy, good morning. Let's see here. Gumby, good morning. Dana, they have a you can get some versions of the CO with a programming port. On this one, on the ePlex, you actually have right here, that's a little infrared sensor. And so you can use, it sits right behind the red part right there. And you can actually use a little infrared dongle off your laptop and program it. But you have to be like that far away from it. So you have to literally hold your dongle up right there, and it's a short dongle. And yes, I'm channeling LPL's April Fool's video, but yes, you have a very short dongle, and you have to hold it there, and you think this is, up about 42 to 44 inches. So holding a short dongle up that high on the door for a long time, gets tiring. Plus, you have to balance your laptop in one hand and use your other hand to hold your dongle. And so doing a computer programming like that is kind of a pain. Plus, I can't remember if it's the ePlex or if it is the Trilogy. The Trilogy has a plug-in port, so you actually just plug your wires in there instead of having to hold your dongle. And you can plug it in. And so, anyway, but once you use that, once you program it off the computer, then you always have to program it off the computer after that. And I can't remember if it's the Trilogy or the ePlex that's that way. But once you program it that way, that's the only way that you can program it unless you do a full factory reset. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you know the factory default code for DL 1200? Yeah. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same as what's on my luggage. Alan, I'm not sure. I can't remember if I've ever done a full factory reset for a trilogy. So sorry about your short dongle. Easy on your dongle that far away? Yeah, that's difficult. Gumby, if you have a large dongle, or maybe if you buy an extension for your dongle, then it can help you reach better and reduce the fatigue on both of your hands. Because again, you have to hold your laptop in one hand and use your other hand to hold your dongle with. It's a balancing act. And some people, prefer to hold the dongle in the left hand and the laptop in the right hand, or vice versa. Whichever way you hold it, it doesn't really matter as long as it gets the job done. So, and God, what a video I missed. Damn. Now somebody's going to steal that from me for next year. Yeah, Rune, I think I remember Jason telling me there's some little contraption that you can use to hook it on there to hold it in place, but I'm not for sure. I'll double check on it. Some King Cobras want to find an iButton programmer. I've never worked on a King Cobra, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, there's, I know for the trilogy, I've got it in my truck, the full manual, and I think it discusses doing a factory reset. But anyway, if somebody here today doesn't send you a link, Alan, how to reset those, then send me an email and I will try to get some pictures of those instructions to reset it. Yeah, I knew Night Owl would know how to do that. LockPicking Energy, yeah, the other end of the dongle would be a USB plug into your laptop, connected to the software. All right, Jason, we'll see you in a little bit. Yeah, Jay, if you shake the dongle more than twice, then you are playing with it, and you mess up the whole process, so you kind of have to start all over again, which is inconvenient. So let's see what else is in here. Yes, I'll stop with the dongle jokes. Let's see, got a little clip there. Did get some cool new, got a cool new screwdriver, but I think Jason still has it actually, because it being a screwdriver, it had to be checked, and I didn't check any luggage, he did, and I don't think I grabbed it when we got back. Let's take this little clip off of here. I can get it to hold. And that clip is now over in the corner somewhere. All right, so we can pull this apart. And white lithium grease everywhere. There's a little switch, I think. Trying to remember what that switch is for. Sorry guys, let me get this down here better. This little switch was right over here. It might be a position switch for the actuator. But this is basically what you have. You've got a worm gear and a motor, and that worm gear, it's a high-speed worm gear, so it sucks in and pushes this down, which is on top of here, and that pushes in on your actuator. So that's basically what we've got going on right there. And once your code is put in and it sends the little signal to the motor, it fires the motor and screws in, which depresses that, and then screws out, which releases it. So, I mean, when you break it all down, it's pretty simple, but it's getting this and this to work together that results in a bunch of pieces. Anybody need any electronic chips? Got a few. Let's see here. Let's look at the chat. Yeah, Rune, that clip fired. Yeah, the switch motor end of travel. That's what I was trying to say. So it would fire whenever that got to the end to tell the motor to turn off. It's a cool little motor. I'm gonna have to save that. Do we dare? Maybe. Yeah, this little motor is definitely getting saved. I would never tear apart a customer's E-Plex like this to try to fix it, just because it's not going to be worth it. But it's always handy to have these little parts just in case. Let's look at the chat. Let's see. Yeah, I knew Night Owl would have the link for the trilogy manuals. Had a Falcon key, but no lock. Accept a picture of the electronics if you want to post one. James, are you talking about for this mess or something else? I mean, I can get a good close-up picture of the circuit board here and post it if you want me to. Don't have a problem with that. All right, firefighter, have fun with that. I would, yeah, good luck with that. Probably just order a new one if it was me. But have fun fixing that. Yeah, Night Owl, you're right. If you have to tear anything electronic down this far, it's not worth it. For you or the customer, either one, is because you're going to charge, I would say charge an hourly rate for doing this, and, that's going to run you what it would cost to get a brand new one and have it installed. Just to get down that far to one little thing. But these little motors do come in handy, so that's why I'm hanging on to that one. I don't have any of those. Let's see, this is the 2700 alarm lock. We might tear this down another day. Take it down, because I don't think we've looked to see what all's in here. In this one, the electronics are fried in it. because you power it up and it just keeps beeping and beeping. In fact, we can do that. Yeah, that's annoying. So, yeah, yeah, this one's toast. So, we might take that apart another day, whenever I don't have anything prepared for. Like a picture of a toaster, please. Gumby, I don't have a toaster. And yeah, G-Key Man, you're absolutely right. That's why I do this, is to figure out exactly what could go wrong. Whether it's the electronics issue, like what's obviously going on with that trilogy, or if it's a mechanical issue. This one was just a host of issues. I think is probably down here in the hub. I mean, it's still got a good amount of grease in there, but I don't know. It wasn't working. It wasn't being reliable, and the customer wanted it replaced, so we replaced it with something different. Jason's still here. I knew you didn't always just go away. Trilogy springs are actually very easy to switch out. Okay. I've never done that before. Yeah, that one is dead. Called homework. Yep, it definitely is. Now, the funny thing about the trilogy, that one I was telling you, actually it was the one that I installed to replace this thing. There was one code, and I can't remember what it was exactly. I would have to go back. If you're a locksmith and you're getting ready to program one of these, get a hold of me. Send me a message, email, text, Twitter message, whatever, and let me know, and I will go back and research and try to find that code number. But no matter what we did, we could not put it in. It would not take the code whatsoever. It would give us a programming error on there, and just absolutely would not accept it. So let me know, and I will find that number. It was something like 3699 or 3969. It was some sort of combination of numbers like that. 3369 maybe. But I will find it if you're going to program, and I will give you that code to see if you can get it to program. I wish we'd gotten a video of it in the shop when we were doing it, because Jason and I both tried programming it in there, and it would not do. And we'd do it one number off, and it worked fine. We'd do it, transpose two of the numbers, and it was fine. Do that one number, wouldn't take it at all. So keep that in mind if you're programming one of those, please. Let me know, because I want to know if it was just that one, because it was a brand new one that did it that way. And, yeah, so I just want to know if it was a fluke or what. If it's something that just cannot be done in those. We'll move the camera back around, because whoa, that was too loose. Yeah, haven't gotten a second camera yet. And I really need somebody to teach me how to use Streamlabs, and how to get the camera straight. I don't know why that's crooked now. Oh well. There we go. All right. But no, I need somebody to teach me how to use Streamlabs and how to do multiple cameras. Because when I do upgrade my phone, then I'll have another camera, and I can do a multiple camera setup, which is something I've been wanting to do for a while, but just can't So, yeah, that was my feat. Let's see here. It's probably the secret government backdoor code built in from the factory. Yeah, I mean, it could be that. I'm thinking it's just something that doesn't agree with the logic board that's in there. But again, I don't know if it was just that one unit or not, because I've not programmed another one since then. At least not with multiple codes. Otherwise, I would have tried it. But I'll have to. I have to find that. Let's see. Did I stop using OBS? I've actually never used OBS. Rune. I use a standalone app on my phone. It's called, what is it? ULive? Yeah, ULive, I think. And it basically acts as just a little standalone access. I put my stream key in there and the stream password in there, whatever. Or the stream URL and the stream key. And it just automatically talks to what I've got going on. And it works great, but you don't have an option for multiple cameras. And so I would need something. I've tried Streamlabs before, and I didn't click with it. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. It was a pain in the ass. Yeah, Jay, new editing software. I'll tell you what I've used, and that's just iMovie on the iPhone. But I don't think you're an iPhone user. But iMovie's simple, and probably the most complex editing video that I've done in recent time was my Christmas video I did, not this past Christmas, but Christmas before. And I actually used Windows Movie Maker on the computer. Yeah, I mean, the code might be reserved for something, James, but I don't know. That's why I'm looking for people to help me figure it out, just to see, because I'm curious. It was months ago when all that happened, and I'd forgotten completely about it until now, but just now I remembered I was curious about that. So we got to figure it out. But yeah, as far as streaming with multiple cameras, even if I got to pay a couple bucks a month, I will, just to make it easier. But yeah, I don't. Yeah. Anyway, so before we start really winding up, y'all saw my community post the other day, asking for people to join in on live with me. I haven't had a live guest since, was Caesar the last live guest that I had? I think he was. And I've got another guest maybe in the works, so I don't want to say too much, just in case that doesn't work out. If it does, I think it'll be pretty cool. I know y'all said that you want to see my boss, Jason, on live. I will ask him about that. So please let me know. Let me know in the comments here in the chat. I mean, tell me, do y'all like lives with other people in here? Do you want to see more of that? If you do, tell me who you want to see, and maybe what kind of content you want to see. I've got some ideas that we could do with 2 or 3 people on live, actually, and I think it would be really, really cool to do them. But I just want to know if y'all want to see that. So, let's see, Windows Movie Maker died with XP. What is it? Well, there goes the siren. Let's see, yes, I do have OBS Studio, and Streamlabs OBS on here. I had something else. I think it was Windows Movie Maker I used. Can't remember for sure. Tim versus Superglue. StreamYard, maybe? Yes, I'm still banned from Superglue. I am, I believe, required to have in-person adult supervision when using Superglue. Let's see. StreamYard. I will write that down and look that up. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll look at that. Alright, Jason. See ya. Make some money between now and live. But yeah, let me know about doing lives with other people. Hell, if you want to join in on live, let me know. And I'm open to it. I just, for the monthly subscription fee that I pay, which I'm happy to pay, I'm not asking for help with that. I just want to make it kind of worth its while using it. Of course, I've been busy the last couple months. That's one reason why I've not had anybody on here. But I really do want to do some more with that. And again, like I've said, if you want to use Zoom for any of your lock-related stuff on your channels, all you got to do is reach out to me, and I can set you up on it. And that way you can have your own Zoom. I've been thinking if somebody out there wanted to do like a virtual LockSport meetup, which we did some last year, but we haven't done any in a while. But if you want to set something like that up, all you got to do is ask, and I can go in and make somebody the host of the meeting, and I don't even have to be there. So yeah, just let me know. It's out there. It's for everybody. It's a community resource. Let's see. Yes, I need an adult in the room. Yes, I do. I know. Fred Flintstoner, you're late. You are late. Did you get your handle set straightened out, Fred? Like I said, send me pictures, and I'll look and see if I can give you some tips if you didn't get it figured out. Yeah, we're getting ready to wind up here. Let's see. Seattle LockSport already runs a weekly LockSport meetup. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I know there was the other one that, Night Owl, you were in it, and Jeff and me, and Urban Hawk, he was there a couple times, but, I don't know about weekly, but, I'd be willing to host or set somebody up if you wanted to do a monthly meetup virtually. If anybody's interested in doing something like that, let me know. Because again, the Zoom is there. Straightened enough. Yes, when using Zoom, muting the microphone does not turn off the video at all. Very good tip to remember. Yeah, it was Jeff's bit. I think that was Cleveland, the Cleveland LockSport group, and it was fun. Never turn on auto answer. Gotcha, Fred. Yeah. Well, I'll forgive you this time. um, but yeah, I mean, if you guys want to do something like that, that would be awesome. Just I can't take it on coordinating it, but I can set up the meetings and the hosts for it. So if one of you guys wants to take that on and do that, just let me know, and I can set you up with Zoom to where you can get to it and run all that. I mean, I'd love doing it, but participating in it. But as far as coordinating and stuff, I just don't have the time to. So I've got nails poking up in my flooring. I've got to jack up this end of the shop. It's slanting slightly that way, so that's going to be a project one day. But anyway, well, we're a little past 11, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up so I can put this away, and we can get kind of we can have a break till Jason starts his. But please let me know as far as being on live, who you want to see, what you would like to see. If you want to be on there, just let me know. I mean, that's all you got to do. And I would love to have some of you on there. My goal when I got the Zoom account for lives was to have somebody on maybe once a month or once every 6 weeks. So I would love to keep up with that. And again, I've got one in the pipeline. Hopefully that's going to work out. I think it'll be really cool. And I know I've talked to a couple others, but I need to hear back, and we need to schedule and coordinate. So anyway, all right, I'm done rambling about that. So y'all, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, let me know. Appreciate it. And thank you again for all the support and joining in every Saturday, except for last Saturday because I wasn't here. If I could have done a live remotely, I probably would have. But anyway, so y'all have a great rest of your weekend. And I'll leave the chat up for a little bit. But anyway, y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay out of trouble. We'll see if we actually get a